Oh, hey, Bethany friends, just finishing up some Christmas decorating. My wife says I'm really good at it. This is a special time of year, isn't it? And every year this time, we come to you and talk about a capital project that we want to do to improve the church. This year's going to be different, so I want to take you for a walk with me to describe what that's like. We're going to begin outside. There are two significant things that you can see. In the corner there shows a plaque with a date. That's for the fellowship hall. It says 1982. When the church was built, they added a huge addition on, including the fellowship hall in 1982. And over here, we have another plaque that says 2003. And this was the addition of the education wing and all the rest of the side of the building where the offices are. They give you a sense of the age in which things have turned in Bethany Church. And you know that when you own a home that you've got maintenance to do. And when it reaches a certain age, there's a bunch of stuff that comes due all at once. And so we're at 20 and 40 years on these two sections of the building. And I need to show you some things that we need to address, and soon. This would be a great spot for a wreath, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go down to a section of the basement you've probably never been to. This is a mechanical room. As you can see, we have these heating and cooling units. These are actually furnaces. They represent 4 of 17 units that heat and cool the entire building. We have replaced 7. There are 10 more units that are all the same age between 1998 and 2002. And you know what that means. At 23 years old, they're soon going to need replacing. Come with me to the roof and you'll see some other units. Here we are on the second floor, just outside the elevator. And I'm going to take you up to the roof to a place I'm sure you haven't been. This will be another great place for a wreath, wouldn't it? Come on out with me to the roof. There's the sanctuary, and this is above the education wing. We have a total of 5 units up here of the 17 we talked about earlier. 3 of them are heating and cooling, and 2 of them are air conditioning. We've replaced 2 of them, and every time we need to replace even one, we have to bring in a crane to get them up here. So let's go to our next location to see some of the other things that trustees are concerned about. Almost every Sunday, most of us walk down this hallway to the sanctuary. And you may or may not have noticed, most of these windows, the seals are broken in them, and they're no longer really insulating. They're a huge problem. And so all these windows need replacing, and not just these. We're here in the fellowship hall, and you can see these windows are 40 years old, and we have a lot of them. As a matter of fact, throughout the entire church, we have 41 windows that are 22 years or older that are all going to need replacing. Some of them don't even open anymore, and when you open some of them, you have a horrible time getting them closed. They're broken. Come with me to our next spot. All these windows, they need replacing too. The sanctuary was built in 1969, and I honestly don't know when the last time those windows were replaced. But even more troubling, the roof. The roof itself, the trustees estimate, is going to cost $180,000. Let's go inside and talk about what all this means. As you can imagine, with a building this age, there are a lot of things. And that brings us to our Christmas tree. Perfect. When the trustees added up all the things that we needed to do, their estimates is about $500,000. We set aside about $75,000 that we've been trying to save to cover some of this, but we need a plan. And we don't want to wait until the roof fails to replace it, or the heat, or air conditioning. We're gonna ask that in the next 3 years, you help us to raise $500,000 to replace all that you saw and more. We're gonna send you a letter. We're going to give you an opportunity to pledge, to give, and to help us. Because many of these things are critical to the church just operating. And for the next 3 Christmases, this is what we're going to focus on. To make Bethany a better place as we move into the future. You have always responded when you saw the need, and I hope I showed you the need. Let's celebrate Christmas together by generously supporting the future of Bethany. Thank you.